Hello everyone, time for a new video. I'm anxious to show you how I make things out of junk and things you just have laying around. It's a lot of fun. My channel is all about showing you what I like to make and things that keep you busy, especially now that a lot of us are at home, trapped in our house a little bit. I'm going to show you how to make some fun bracelets. Here's some I've made. I had a lot more, but I like to give them away. So I'm going to show you how to create some jewelry out of just things you have laying around. You don't have to spend a lot of money, and it saves the environment a little bit because we have a lot of paper, plastic, and things that get thrown away. I drink bottled water. So I save my bottles. I have quite a few of them now, but I like to make things out of the plastic. I use the heavier bottles. So for this project, you're going to go ahead and cut the labels off with a little knife. Go ahead and get those labels off. And then, I'll throw that down there. Once you have a label off, you're going to cut your bottle up. I use a knife just to get it started because I'm not real steady with my hands. To get it all the way around sometimes, unless I'm sitting down. Depends on how jittery I am, and then you can cut it the rest with the scissors. But I cut them into different sizes, just depending on what I want. So like this has like lines on the bottle, and then you can also save, like if you don't cut the whole bottle up, this would be real cute with the top melted down. I'm going to show you that too. And then just put some stone in the bottom and then maybe wrap it with some twine or something beautiful, and then you have a nice little flower vase. Lots of things you can do. Let me know what you think of. I'd like to hear. This one's cut with just two of the pieces. One I cut using the bottom of the bottle so it's wider. In a couple of bracelets I made, let the kids make, I just had them color like with a Sharpie on there, and it looks kind of cute, and then they can glue whatever they want on it. It just gives them something to do. So however wide you want it, cut it down. Keep it in a circle, because the next step you're going to do before you cut it apart to wrap it, this is a little rough right here, so you want to go ahead and, let me just put that so you can see me a little bit better. You're going to go ahead and melt the edges down. I have an old iron that doesn't work real well for ironing clothes anymore, so I just use it for crafts. So you're gonna just go ahead and tip the edge of it. I don't know if it's warm enough yet. Yeah, there it goes. See it going down, so it's smooth now, so you don't have a sharp edge. And also it makes it like a little bit sturdier, so it's not flimsy anymore. See, it just kind of tightens up the edges, so it's not like moving all over the place like when you first cut it. It's all flimsy. So then once you do that and get those all smoothed out, you're going to go ahead and cut it in half like this. And then the next thing you want to do is just start wrapping it with fabric, twine. You can even use twine. There's a lot of things you can do with a ball of twine. I picked this up at the dollar store, and out of two of them I crocheted a little sun hat. But I take old tin cans. We have the kind of can opener that opens, that cuts it so that it's not sharp, and it forms a lid as well. So I just glue the twine on there, and then I keep little things in there. So it's a cute little thing. You can give a gift away in it as well. So you can wrap it with twine. What I've done, I've go to the resale shops, the consignment stores, and there's one in Bay City where you can fill up a whole bag for $10, and a pair of jeans normally sells for like $5.50. So I fill the bag up with jeans and ties, and I always start in the consignment store in the 3X, the big size sections, because you can get a lot of fabric out of something. So if you see a cute shirt or something and skirt and it's got neat fabric on it, you can use the fabric. So you can get I got like about $80 worth of clothing for $10 in my bag because I got a bunch of ties. So these are some of the things I've cut off with blue jeans. You can just use any piece of material. I do a lot with neckties as well, and I'll show you those in a minute. But what you want to do is just take your fabric, get rid of these, and just cut a bunch of strips of material, whatever you want. So it doesn't have to be, you know, any particular length, because you can glue them together. So this is my little project basket. I have more stuff in here. So what you want to do, also what I like to do, is I like to cut the seam piece off and leave a little extra fabric there, because this seam, you can just run a piece of wire through there and just make a nice bracelet like with wire in it. The wire I use is a toy, actually, I bought at the dollar store. It's real stiff gauge wire and it's flat. It makes great headbands, and you can get this whole toy for $1, and then I cut it apart and I use the wire. So be aware of things that are in the dollar store. You know, think what you can use it for, because just to go buy some wire like that was really expensive. So I tried to find something I could repurpose, and that always works for me. So once you do that, get your strips cut. The glue that you want to use, hot glue kind of makes a mess. It's good to have this kind of glue. I don't know if you can see it handy. In, you know, maybe if I don't have it upside down. E6000. So this is really good craft glue. It sticks to, you know, all your jewelry making, and if you have beads and stuff in it, doesn't like get stringy like the hot glue does. So I just wrap the fabric around. You know, I put a little dab of glue there, and then I just start wrapping it around and keeping it glued down. Now you don't have to put glue all along. You can just kind of wrap and then maybe put another little dab and just keep wrapping. So you get the idea. So once you have it wrapped, you're going to decorate. Now this one I actually have a piece of wire in. That wire I showed you. I wear this one quite a bit. Here, I'll wear it while I'm working. And these, you don't even have to put wire in some of them. You can just have like a cuff, like especially if you're using a tie, and just put a snap on it. Just make like a nice cuff. So these here have wire in it. These I used the water bottle plastic. This one, I think it was a longer piece of the bottle, like, or maybe it was a bigger soda bottle, and when I melted it, it just kind of took this shape. So just whatever you end up with, get creative. So I buy my buttons. I have a lot of buttons, and I just put them in jars. I got them, let me show you over here. Sorry. I don't have, this is my craft corner of my bedroom. I don't really have a studio anymore. So I purchased these buttons, and I eat a lot of gelato, and I put them in the jars. I kind of color code them. I put ones that I have pairs in for other projects. And they're a lot of fun, and they're very inexpensive. You just go on Wish and, you know, type in key in buttons, and you'll find them all there. So you get your whatever you want to glue on there. The other thing that I use, I like the dollar store now. I was never keen on it, but now I'm just in love with it. I buy these little beads, just whatever you can find. You might just have stuff laying around. The other thing, and I don't have a sample of it because I gave them all away, but if you go on my website, you can see pictures of things that I've made, so you can get ideas. And if you have any ideas, I'd like to hear them. My website's all about sharing and what I've made over the years. I just like to share and keep the line of communication open. I also, you can pick up puzzles. I just put them in these jars. So puzzle pieces are a great thing to put on jewelry. And then you can just put like Mod Podge over them to seal it, or some type of sealer. But I made a bunch of bracelets with the puzzles on it. And if you go on my website, you'll see why, and you'll see the story of my puzzle collection. But go ahead and just glue whatever you want on there. I found these pretty colorful buttons. I have another one over there too, but it's ready to be mailed out to my girlfriend. I made her one as well. But they really are a nice piece to wear, a conversation piece. And then you can, if you have fabric that matches, you know, an outfit, you want to make a piece of jewelry, that's always nice. Now this is how I use my old ties. I wanted to show you my tie things I make, because they're really cool. So I have a pile of old ties I got really cheap, and then I also even made a skirt out of ties. I just sewed them all together. But this tie, I just took it apart and I made a headband. out of that part. I have a cute one that I made for my daughter too, but it's up there. And then I just glued all this on the bracelet. Now the material in here is part of the tie. It's like the back part of the tie. It's just like a scrap of it. So it's kind of cool like that. It matches. The other thing I made out of a little boy's, it was a little boy's clip-on tie because they're a little bit narrower. This is really cute. So I just took the big part of the tie and I just cut it so it fit around my wrist, and I put Velcro like that on it. And then I blinged it up, kind of the dots in the tie. I went along with this little thing, and I just glued those, and I glued those buttons on. It's really cute. So that fits around my arm. And you don't have to have a sewing machine to do any of this stuff. I'm a seamstress, so I have one, but this you just can hand sew. And then the little part of the tie, I just did like this. See, here's where I cut the other part off. I just glued it like that, glued it around and glued that, and then I hooked it on a string of pearls. Or sometimes I hook it just on a plain chain. And it looks really cute when you're wearing it like with a sweater. So you got your tie on. So that was a cute idea. So I do a lot of things with ties. Just use your imagination. I post the things that I make so you can get some ideas as well. Here's another headband bracelet, and there's a really cute thing that I found, and you can get ideas on Pinterest. But here's another clip-on tie. I just did a cuff, and then this part it was real soft, silky, so I just kind of clipped that around my neck. There's another bracelet. See, now this bracelet I have snapped, so you can just do whatever, make it comfortable for you. The last one I want to show you, where did I put that? It's really cute. Maybe I stuck it over here. So, here's another bracelet that goes with that tie. I ended up getting two out of that one. So this is really cute. It's here it is. It's a cuff bracelet that I just made out of the tie, and I just have it snapped. So that goes around. This looks cute in the winter time with this sweater. And I just sewed little buttons and beads. I put the beads, I just hand sewed them around where the paisley is. If you can see that. And then the little end of the tie, I put a pin on the back. And there's my little pin. It's an owl. And what you'll do is you'll just sew those on them, and you can take, your stitching and kind of, I think I did it on this one, just like stitch in a few places just to give it some character, like little kind of like quilting or whatever you call it. And then if you just leave the top all frayed with the lining coming out, and it looks really cute. I made one for my daughter, and she's skinny enough to use the whole tie because I made the middle of the rest of the tie. I made her a headband, this, and a belt. And I just had a buckle that was in my sewing basket from, I think, my mother's things. So it's turned out really cute. So that's a neat thing to do with old ties. And I'm sure if your husband or your dad or somebody probably has a pile of old ties, and usually the ties like from the, I think it's the 80s where they wore the big flowered ones. Those are kind of neat too. So just get creative. Use your recycled things. In my next video, I want to show you how I recycle cardboard and paper and make beautiful jewelry and make beautiful beads. So I'm going to show you that as well. And here I have a handful of my beads in there. So no way those were made out of cardboard. Yes, they were out of the popsicle box. So I'm going to show you all that and all my little treasures. And go ahead and push that like button and subscribe and share this with your friends and give me some of your ideas. Go ahead and look at my website. I have blogs being posted continuously on there, and come back here and see what else I have posted. So you have a great day. Keep busy, stay safe,